Okay then guys, here we go with yet another British classic. This time it is my take on a Cumberland pie. Now I say Cumberland pie because I've added a few extra little bits and pieces. I was going to call it something different like cam pie, but nobody would know what that was. So anyway, here's the ingredients. Okay then, clockwise from the top left, vegetable oil, plain flour, some sort of stewing or braising steak, tomato puree, some Italian hard cheese and some cheddar, Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, onion, butter, a couple of sprigs of thyme, a couple of stock cubes, a couple of onions, a couple of potatoes, 3 carrots, a stick of celery or 2 and a bay leaf. And the extras are some spring onions and a leek. And I just put those in because they're in the fridge and they weren't going to last much longer. Okay then, here we go. And as always, don't worry, the ingredients and method will be in the description down below. Now I hear you asking, what the devil is Cumberland pie? Well, it's one of those dishes for which there are many variations. It's a bit like a cottage pie or a shepherd's pie. They use minced beef or minced lamb respectively with a mashed potato topping. But a Cumberland pie uses a minced meat or a diced meat. It can be lamb, beef or even game. It has a potato topping like the others, but the topping can be either mashed potato or scalloped potatoes. But the big difference is the topping contains cheese or has cheese on it. And unlike the mashed potato top pies, the vegetables in this one tend to be quite chunky. So having said all that, it's time to get the vegetables chopped up. I used 3 carrots, split the carrots lengthways, then chop them into 3, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the pan, and a big knob of butter, that's about a tablespoon. You want a casserole pan that's going to go into the oven. Like I said, the spring onions were an extra that I put in, so I just topped and tailed them and left them whole basically. Clean your celery up. And again, big chunks of celery. I used 2 sticks of celery in the end. I wanted quite a lot of veg in my pie. And the leek's an extra as well. And once again, just top and tail it, big chunks. Save all the extras, all the trimmings. They'll make a lovely vegetable stock. I freeze mine and make a batch load of stock, maybe once every 3 months. Okay, all the vegetables into the melted butter and oil. We're going to sweat them down. Peel and coarsely chop your onion. I did this one last because I didn't want to get the papery skins all over the rest of the veg, look. In the pan with the onions and the bay leaves, I used 2 in the end, and the sprigs of thyme. Give it all a good stir in. Trying to get all the veg coated in the oils. Lid on and sweat them down for about 10 minutes. After 5 minutes I took the lid off, give them a good stir in, just in case anything was sticking to the bottom, you know. And it gives another chance to get the lovely oils all over the veggies. When the veg are just about ready, make your stock. I used 2 beef stock cubes in 600 ml of hot water. That's 1 pint just about in old money. When the vegetables are nice and sweaty, is that the right word? It doesn't sound right, does it? Can't say cooked because they're not cooked. Anyway, when they're nice and sweaty, in with 2 tablespoons of flour, give them a good stirring. Right about now is a good time to get the oven on. About 140 or 150 Celsius fan. You know your oven better than I do. Just use whatever setting is good for casseroles. In with 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. And I love the way that came off the spoon there when it's flour coated. I might just do that in future. In with a couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Give it all a good mix up. in with the stock. Get it all stirred around yet again. And you'll notice almost straight away the stock is thickening up a little bit. That's due to the flour. When it gets just about to the boil, in with the meat. No pre-browning the meat with this one. Bring the pan back to the boil again, simmer for a few minutes, and then on with the lid. Then whisk the pan away to the oven, 140 to 150 Celsius for 2.5 hours. After the 2.5 hours, take the lid off and allow it to cook for another 30 to 60 minutes. This thickens the sauce and gets the meat nice and tender. When you've got about 30 minutes oven cooking time left, peel the potatoes, chop them into big chunks, boil them for 15 to 18 minutes till they're about 3/4 cooked through. We don't want them to be too soft. Strain them off, leave them in the pan to air dry a little bit. Time to rescue the bay leaves and the twigs left over from the thyme. All the thyme leaves are falling off now, look. Scoop the mix into the casserole dish of your choice. I like this one, nice and square, easy to cut individual portions out of it. You can probably tell from this that the meat is nice and tender. Loads of sauce left over, that was frozen and saved for another day. Set the dish to one side and carefully slice your potatoes, 1/2 to 1 centimetre rounds. Stick them in a bowl, give them a drizzle of oil now and again. That's a bit too warm still, that one. Give them a drizzle of oil now and again. Give the spuds a generous seasoning of salt and pepper. Toss them around a bit. You can even add some mixed herbs if you want now, or even some grated cheese, especially the Parmesan cheese. A good time to get your oven cranked up to 180 Celsius. All we need to do now is to layer the potatoes onto the mix. I was quite orderly with this. A lovely 3x3 matrix. On with a sprinkle of the 2 cheeses. Add the remaining potato slices. Nearly there, guys. On with the remaining 2 cheeses. And whisk it away to the oven, 180 Celsius for 30 to 40 minutes. Now if you've let this cool down and stored it in the fridge overnight, maybe 60 minutes, but you'll know when it's ready because the sauce will be bubbling everywhere and the top will be nice and brown. Ooh, bubbly, bubbly. Okay then guys, here we go. Now, I'm going to carve this up then. Just a little bit for tasting, because this is going to be a meal. That should do it. Is that big? Oh yeah, just the right size. Oh, look at that. Right. Let's get a few of those bits out there. Right, let's do it. Been looking forward to this for a few hours. Right, potato first. Nice and simple. Yeah, nice and cheesy. Right, carrot. Bit of celery. That is nice. I'll tell you what. Now it's not quite a stew, if you know what I mean. The meat is so tender. Oh, I'm liking this. This is one of those dishes you can put on first thing in the morning, finish off later on when you come home. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, I reckon you could probably do this in a slow cooker. You know, the base, and add the potato topping later. Maybe one to try in the future, that. Well, excuse me talking while I'm eating, guys, but that is absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you what, I was toying with putting swede in, and if I had put swede in there, it would have been a stew pie, and I didn't want that, so I'm glad I didn't. I can't wait for me supper later on. Serve it up with a bit of broccoli, a few peas, because you've got all the veg there and the potatoes. Don't need much else. I'm liking that. Take care, guys. Have a go at this one, it's really nice. And I'll catch you on the next recipe.